Hey, this is Roller. I'm upgrading my jail host right now. So it's on 14.1. I want to be on 14.2. I'm starting with the host, then I'll move into the jails. So I just did the upgrade command, and now I'm doing the install command to install all these upgrades. After this, I'm gonna reboot and then run that install command one more time. So I've just rebooted and ran that install command again, and now I'm gonna reinstall all my packages. So you can just do package static upgrade -fy, and that'll reinstall all your packages. I typically like to do this when I do an upgrade. It's a good habit to get into. Going from 14.1 to 14.2 probably doesn't matter, but just getting in the habit, because when you're going from 13 to 14 or something like that, the ABI might have changed, or there could be some changes. Just go ahead and do this, and you won't have any problems. So I'll just go through and do the upgrade. And all these packages, since this is my host, I don't have a package builder for my host right now, so I'm just getting these from the FreeBSD package repository. But inside my lab, I have a Pooja building packages for all the lab servers. So as soon as I'm done upgrading FreeBSD on the host, I'm gonna start with upgrading FreeBSD on my package builder. Then I'm going to build new packages, and then I'm going to go through and do each upgrade for each lab server. So after all your packages are upgraded, you may need to run the update command one more time. In this case it's not necessary, but I always do it as out of habit. And then this is the boot environments. So when you upgrade and you're running CFS on root, it's going to make boot environments, so in case an upgrade fails, you can go back to 14.1. These are the two boot environments that were created as part of the upgrade process, and I'm just deleting them. It went from 22 gigs to 18 gigs by deleting those. If you don't delete them, you may have a whole bunch of them that's taking up a lot of space, so just keep an eye on those. Okay, so this FreeBSD update command, I'm picking the folder lab Pooja, that's where my Pooja build server is. And then I'm just telling FreeBSD update that I'm currently running 14.1 and I want to go to 14.2. So let me log into that jail real quick and I'll show you that it is, even though uname-a is going to say it's running 14.2 because it's the host kernel that uname checks. There's a FreeBSD version command you can use to see what FreeBSD version you're running. So you see there it's 14.2, and here it's 14.1. Okay, so I want to get that to 14.2, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm saying I'm currently running 14.1, and I would like to upgrade to 14.2. You can do regular FreeBSD updates, so when I was on 14.1, every time I wanted to go to 14.1 patch version 1, patch version 2, all the way up to, I think we're on patch version 6 now. You can do all that inside the jail. It's just when you go to these major revisions, like going from 14.1 to 14.2, you should really do it outside the jail like this. So now I want to do the install command. So then I want to restart the jail, which in a regular machine, you know, I'd restart it. So I figure I'll just restart the jail. It may not be necessary, but it's no harm. It doesn't take very long to restart the jail, so. Then I'll run the update install command one more time. Okay. That's a self-signed certificate. I'm not sure if that's why it gets mad about it, but you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so as you see, it's running 14.2 release and 14.2 FreeBSD. So my poojar jail has been updated. So this is a guide on bsd.pw. You can click workshop and it'll show you this workshop guide. Basically, I just ran that top command there to create a jail. So I just ran the first command to create that 14.2 jail. I've got the rest of the commands that I run regularly inside of a script called poojar build. So if you're curious about how to do poojar, just check out my guide. But that's all I really did, was I created a new jail and now I'm running my build script. And you can see there I've got 295 packages to be built, and it's using 12 builders. That's because this is a 12 core Xeon. Okay, so what am I doing here? I've got this update server that has a update cache Apache server running on it. So like I said, when I go from 14.1, patch 1, patch 2, when I'm regularly doing updates, I do it inside my lab environment. And since I update all my lab servers, I use the cache so that I only get the updates from FreeBSD update server at one time, and I can update all my servers from it. So I'm just going here real quick and telling everything. Basically, if you ask for /14.2 release, then it'll allow it. This blocks everything that comes through unless it has that path at the end, and then that enable caching, cache enable disk at the bottom there basically just saves the files on disk. So that'll make it so when I upgrade one jail, the first one will go to FreeBSD update servers and get the files. The second one will get them directly from this update cache. So I'm using Salt here to manage my update server. Well, basically all my servers really. So I'm just telling the update server that check the state of the init file and see if there's any settings in there that you're not caught up with. And it'll see that I just changed a file, and then that'll cause the Apache server to restart because I changed its config file. So you can see in the diff there I added a /14.2 release, and then that caused the Apache server to restart. So then now I want to go, all my lab servers use custom poojar repos, so I'm going into the poojar config file and just changing it to use the files from the new jail that I just built, the 14.2 jail. So we will just update that config, and then I have to push that file out to all the servers. So I'll just use Salt to tell all the servers to check the state of the base.poojar file and see if you have the latest version. If not, go and update your file. So all the servers checked in and said, okay, I guess we're supposed to be on 14.2. So now they're all on 14.2 in their repo settings. And I'm still waiting for packages to build. This can take a while. You're compiling from source. If you push Control T, it'll kind of give you this little update here that I just pushed Control T to give me an update. So I built 106 so far and still got 295 to go. Okay, all the packages finished building. And so I'm just gonna check the status, and it's gonna show me that last one there says, okay, 295 packages were queued, 295 were built. That's great. So now, since I just did the upgrade, I want Pujara to rebuild itself off all these new packages, so I'm going to do the same package static command that I did on the host earlier to reinstall all of the packages. Because Pujara uses itself really for a package repo. So it builds packages, and then it uses the packages that it built for itself. Alright, so here's my servers. If you type JLS, you can see all the lab servers. So I'm just going to go through each one and run the same upgrade commands. So I'll start with gateway, and I'll end with workstation. So I'm just essentially going to rinse and repeat. Okay, so now I've done them all. I'm just going to show you workstation. So you don't have to see me do all of them, but I'll run through workstation in real time so you can see. Workstation is going to take a little bit longer to restart than because it's running a database server. Workstation's my server where I do all my development on, and I've got a development database server, and when you tell it to reboot, it always has to do a few things before it'll actually shut down properly, so it can take a second. But yeah, I'm just letting this run in real time, so as you can see, the upgrade process does not take very long. It really just has to look at your setup, see what you've got installed, download and fetch some patches, and install them. Yeah, I really like this setup that I'm using. It's a Dell Precision with a Xeon 12-core processor in it. I have 96 gigs of RAM. The cool thing about using jails is each jail, they're all sharing the host resources, so typically all my jails aren't working very hard. FreeBSD is very efficient, and they all can do their job without using very many resources, so when they do want to push real hard, like Pujara wants to build, it can really take advantage of all that, because it thinks it's got the full 12 cores, and it can just use up as much as it feels like. There are some resource restrictions you can do if you start to run into troubles, but I haven't had any troubles so far with one server trying to slow down another, so I haven't really done any optimizations. Everything just is happy and works like I expected to. Okay, cool. So I did my upgrade. Now I'm going to do my package reinstallation. Package static is a cool one. It's built into the OS, and you can use that to upgrade package itself, really. So cpackage was one of the ones there. 87 out of 95 is package, so you can use package static to get you your newly built package. And yeah, I always run that install at the end, just in case. Sometimes it's needed, sometimes not, so might as well just run it, no harm. But yeah, that's it. That's all my servers are updated to 14.2, and I can basically go to Salt and ask them all for the output of FreeBSD update, and they should all say 14.2. And so thanks for watching. This is basically I figured I'd record my screen while I go through and upgrade my lab and my lab host. So have a good one.